Netflix is a very popular entertainment media giant. If in case you are not aware of its best shown movies for this month of June, we have a countdown of top 5 for you. The countdown is based on the survey and ratings conducted by Keen Media Houses. You may have other choices of your own, but still it will give you some interesting, entertaining info. So here we go. The Amazing Spider-Man is the story of Peter Parker, an outcast high schooler who was abandoned by his parents as a boy, leaving him to be raised by his Uncle Ben and Aunt May. Like most teenagers, Peter is trying to figure out who he is and how he got to be the person he is today. Peter is also finding his way with his first high school crush, Gwen Stacy, and together they struggle with love, commitment, and secrets, as Peter discovers a mysterious briefcase that belonged to his father. He begins a quest to understand his parents' disappearance, leading him directly to Oscorp in the lab of Dr. Kurt Connors, his father's former partner, as Spider-Man is set on a collision course with Connors' alter ego, the Lizard. Peter will make life-altering choices to use his powers and shape his destiny to become a hero. Agent Ethan Hunt and his elite team go underground after a bombing implicates the IMF as terrorists. While trying to clear their name, the team uncovers a plot to start a nuclear war. Now, to save the world, they must use every high-tech trick in the book. There are some adrenaline-pumping scenes involving the bombing of the Kremlin, the climbing of the world's tallest building in Dubai with nothing more than high-tech suction gloves, a chase during a fierce dust storm, and a final hand-to-hand battle between Ethan and Hendrix. Director Brad Bird makes the most of these action sequences, which are given even more dramatic punch by Lalo Schifrin's creative improvisations of the well-known Mission Impossible musical theme. The stunts in this movie are impressive, and it is a lark watching the repeated failures of high-tech tools that are supposed to work all the time. Tom Cruise is suitably intense and focused as the hero, and Simon Pegg, Paula Patton, and Jeremy Renner all shine as his formidable backup team. A brave young animal explorer teams up with two trusty friends to find a powerful artifact before his greedy uncle can get his paws on it. It has a good pacing, the animation is technically great, the scenery and the characters are well designed, and there is a lot to see here. Story-wise, this adventure movie does not explore new territory. Not a problem for the kids, but the lack of surprises is a downside. On the other hand, it is enjoyable for the parents to list all the famous movies this movie borrows scenes from. This film is straightforward fun and can be considered as a good introduction for the kids to the old classics we love so much. A fun animated adventure with a sweet core of self-acceptance. It's a fun movie with a great message, a strong female character, and full of exciting and fun adventures. On top, it's visually stunning and has a great voice acting cast. Some parts might be a bit too exciting for very young kids. And now on number 2 we see global superstar Jennifer Lopez reflects on her multifaceted career and the pressure of life in the spotlight in this intimate documentary. The film serves as the kickoff to the second half of her life, as she lays bare her evolution as a Latina, a mother, and an artist, taking agency in her career and using her voice for a greater purpose. This hugely entertaining, if occasionally comically serious, film follows Lopez from the day of her 50th birthday celebrations to the Super Bowl halftime show she co-headlined with Shakira in 2020. At first, the star of halftime threatens to be Lopez's diamond-encrusted drink cups, but there is much to be fascinated by in this behind-the-curtains portrait of life as a megastar. Over 90 minutes, it reveals itself to be a curious, intriguing mix. Lopez does not hold back on what displeases her. The NFL invites her to do the Super Bowl halftime show, and it is a rare honor, promising her an audience of more than 100 million viewers. But the joint invitation with Shakira rankles, and their allotted running time is similar to what a solo act would have, which puts the squeeze on. Lopez describes it as the worst idea in the world. Her manager, Benny Medina, goes further. It was an insult to say you needed 2 Latinas to do the job that one artist historically has done. He tells the camera. This hints at a more interesting story that emerges in fits and starts. Lopez denies that she is political, but she is the daughter of Puerto Rican parents living in Trump's America. or what she calls a United States I didn't recognize. She puts children in cages made of light on stage and clashes with the NFL over the idea. Her fiancé, Benefolk, appears to discuss the tabloid ferocity she experienced early on in her career. When he asked her if it bothered her, she says she replied, "I'm Latina. I'm a woman. I expected this." The documentary briefly takes on a framing Britney Spears' crusading tone, highlighting the worst tabloid treatment she experienced, and the many times she was the butt of the joke on late-night chat shows on South Park. Until I watched this, I had forgotten that after a strong start, Lopez's acting career became seen as a punchline. She thinks she has made 40 movies, but it took Hustlers, the film about pole dancers that she produced and stars in, for her to be taken seriously as an actor again. It won her a Golden Globe nomination and talk of a possible Oscar nod, though we watch her disappointment as this fails to materialize. Any audience watching a feature-length film about her career is unlikely to need convincing that she has made it. Who is it for? The world is listening, says Lopez at the start of halftime. What am I gonna say? At the end of it, I only half knew. The film is as slick and flattering as you might expect, but it is also honest and revealing, at least on the surface, though perhaps it gives away more than she intended. After discovering a once-in-a-lifetime player with a rocky past abroad, a down-on-his-luck basketball scout takes it upon himself to bring the Phenom to the States without his team's approval. Against the odds, they have one final shot to prove they have what it takes to make it in the NBA. A movie that motivates people to set a goal and never give up. Life is a hustle against odds, and we need to be determined to succeed in life. Hustle, a heart-in-the-throat basketball drama is fiction, but it often feels like a true life drama, and that dovetails with the new authenticity of Adam Sandler, who has learned to pour every bit of himself into a role. Adam Sandler has long been a basketball superfan, so it's a little surprising that passion has only recently started to bleed into his movies. There's so much working in Hustle's favor that it's a bit of a shame the film decides to go a more predictable, crowd-pleasing route at almost every turn, especially in a final act that momentarily teases something a little more subversive. It means the end result doesn't quite belong in the upper echelon of sports movies with the likes of Creed and Love and Basketball, but NBA fans in particular will be satisfied with the heart and talent on display. When it comes to the Sandman and Basketball, he's a perfect 2 of 2 from the field. We can predict this movie to be in top 5 for quite some time. So it's a whole new world of entertainment, or we can say infotainment. Will the countdown and the choices change in coming days? If you are interested to know, then keep watching our coming videos, and we shall be giving the exciting latest news and view. See you in the next amazing video. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to get notifications. Thanks for watching.